Yeah, or just part way through. You can start like we do for basketball.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Also brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, North Body Shop, Fairfield Federal, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Pizza Cottage, the Carriage Company, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, Buckeye Lake Marina, the Pink Cricket, Clear Sky Rehabilitation Hospital, Fairfield TD, and Buckeye Toyota.
The season finale for 2025 brings us to Carl Fell Stadium in Carroll as IVP Sports brings you the Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week between the Circleville Tigers and the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. Hi again, everybody. I'm Josh Messerly alongside the coach Tim Shoemaker, and very interesting game for these two tonight, Tim. A lot on the line here for week number 10.
Yeah, that's true, Josh. Week 10's kind of interesting all over the area, isn't it, really?
Absolutely.
It's going to, see where people fall into week 11 next week in playoffs. So, but it ought to be fun tonight. We're looking at a Carroll team coming in playing really well. Have had just a good run here in the last 6-7 weeks. And Circleville, who's kind of been up and down a little bit, but they are a challenge. They have competed in every game this year and competed well.
Well, mentioned right there, you see on your screen, James Wynn, our referee tonight. He is being honored for his 31 years of service. This is his final regular season game.
Congratulations to him. And his nickname is Hootie. And
there's the blowfish right there, apparently.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell them when they call me that you said that.
Okay, that's right. I'll take the heat. We'll take the heat. So Circleville comes in 6-3, 2-3 overall in the Mid-State League, and Bloom-Carroll 7-2, 5-0 in the Mid-State League. Of course, a lot on the line for Bloom-Carroll. They can clinch they've already clinched a share of the Mid-State League, but they can get it outright tonight if they win. For Circleville, they're looking for playoff positioning. They could still get in with a loss, but certainly they guarantee themselves a spot with a win tonight.
Absolutely, and a big win. When you're sitting at 8, you don't want to rely on anybody else. You're only taking 12. Carroll's a lock. They're in, but where they're in, again, matters to them also.
Positioning is huge.
Seeding is huge because the top 4 teams, for people that don't know, get buys. And then you line up accordingly. You can look at the bracket. I'm not going to explain the bracket to you, but it's fairly set up. It's new. Last year, 16 teams. Probably, I think this will make it better, Josh, in the long run. Not that anybody's not deserving, but at some time the mismatches in the first round were so huge that I'm not sure what productivity we got from that, other than kids participating and maybe some revenue.
Yeah, almost like a spring game, really, in some degrees.
Yeah, other than that, but I like this. This is going to be super competitive this year. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes that bye is healthy for guys getting healthier, taking time off, resting. But I tell you, I've seen it in all sports at times. You get that bye, you lose a little bit of your rhythm.
Absolutely.
So they got to come up with ways to get them back into what they're used to doing. And, that means with the World Series going tonight, how's the Dodgers going to be?
Yes, exactly.
They've been down for a while.
You never know.
No, you don't.
We'll remind you tonight's pregame has been brought to you by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, serving the Central Ohio area since 2003. Carol and Eric Whittington would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals on Hubbard Drive in Lancaster, or check them out at personaltouchparty.com. And tonight's kickoff is brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school football. They've been serving the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. So it will be Bloom-Carroll to receive the opening kickoff, and we saw Bloom-Carroll wearing some alternate uniforms tonight, some black jerseys and purple pants. I'm excited the fact that Bloom-Carroll, you can still read the numbers, which is very helpful for somebody doing play-by-play. But that'll certainly be helpful. And you see Circleville, Coach Jay Sherritt, we should mention, coming out of retirement a couple years after a 20-year run at Pickerington Central. Over 200 wins, 2 state championships, ultra successful there. And, he was not coming back to any job. Coming back to help his alma mater certainly makes a difference.
Yeah, he was born and raised in Circleville. And as he said, used to ride his bike around and run some of those local streets the kids all know. And I really think probably that's helped him be able to relate, and for the kids to relate to him in a sense that he's familiar with the territory.
Oh, absolutely.
And as they say, the demographics of it all.
So it will be Caden Paxton to tee it up for Circleville. And for Bloom-Carroll back deep, it'll be Hutchinson. It looks like Williams back there. As we are teed up and ready to go. And here we go in week 10. And it'll be Hutchinson taking it out to the 20, trying to find a seam. And Rusty Hutchinson will bring it out just across the 30-yard line before he is thrown back. And that is where the Bloom-Carroll offense will start 1st and 10. And we'll see who comes out at quarterback for Bloom-Carroll. Last week it was Parker Couch getting his first start of the season. And he's splitting time with Matthew Klein most of the year, and we'll see who comes out first. And it will be Matthew Klein coming out. And they were not sure who was going to start this game.
No, Parker's been playing very well.
Kyson Klein will line up single back. There you get a good look at Matthew Klein, who gives to Kyson Klein, finding some running room, shedding some tackles, and he'll take it out near the 40-yard line, and that should be enough for a Bloom-Carroll first down.
And here's what's impressive about him, Josh. Most of his yards are coming between the tackles, and he's certainly not huge in stature as far as height, but he's strong, and as you saw, he runs through arm tackles.
We were here about a month ago against Fairfield Union and just saw him wear out that Falcon defense by the fourth quarter. So 1st and 10 for Bloom-Carroll. It'll be Klein again, and this time a little bit tougher running.
Yeah.
As inside R.E. Travis on the tackle for the Tigers. 5'11", 270-pound senior defensive lineman.
Well, as we know, whoever wins the line of scrimmage usually wins the football game, and that play, the Tigers got a little more resistance.
So it'll be a pickup of 3 on that last carry. Here's a jet sweep, and Hutchinson had nowhere to go. Completely blown up in the backfield. As you can see, a lot of happy Circleville players there. Caden Sanchez leading the charge to blow that one up from his linebacker position.
And you got 3rd and 9 now. I mean, this is big, putting Carroll in passing situations. That was one of the areas that, Coach McKinney talked about, that he would like to improve their passing game, changing some trends and getting the ball. He feels they have good receivers. They just have got to do a better job of getting the ball to them.
Cardenas to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side as Matthew Klein throws it out on the left side. It's tipped and nearly intercepted as Cole Nungester almost had a pick and may have been going the other way for a score.
See, I think this is big for Circleville right here, getting a 3 and out. See, they brought a lot of pressure, and again, Josh, we've talked all year about defenders. Get the hands up on the passer. Pressure the pass. And actually got a deflection that time. Didn't just change the trajectory of the ball, and that's big But, you know, Coach Sherritt talked a lot. It just seemed to come up a lot in our discussion in that they need to play well early and fast early.
Hutchinson lets this one go, and it will be let loose, and it'll hit around the 30 and take a Circleville hop back to the 35-yard line. So good starting field position for the Tiger offense coming out. And Hudson Phelan. And while they come out to the field, we will talk about our keys to the game, which is brought to you by North Body Shop. Since 1979, Mark and the team at North Body Shop have been providing professional auto collision repairs on all makes and models. Don't think of going anywhere else to get your vehicle looking like new again.
Well, Josh, we'll let this play go by, and we'll mention those keys.
And here's Phelan back to pass. Looking downfield, got a man, and his catch is made inside the 30-yard line. That was Jack Klein who takes it down inside the 15 to about the 11-yard line. So, as you said, a very fast start for Circleville.
Hey, just what Coach Sherritt wanted. Watch here. Watch the rollout. You know, Phelan is a dual-threat player, Josh. He leads the team, obviously, in passing with over 1,200 yards, and he's the leading rusher.
Yeah.
And actually, they're playing right into the keys of the game. They've done that. You got a 3 and out, and you make a big play on your first down. That's exactly the key to the game for them.
It'll be a handoff, and cutting towards the end zone and in for the score is Cole Nungester, and Circleville is on top.
Boy, they made that look easy.
Yes, he did.
And that, you know, would be called a very, very, very short touchdown drive.
Yes, it would be. That's 2 plays. Even I can do that math.
Wow. There's just no resistance there.
He got down to about the 3-yard line before anybody laid a finger on him.
Yeah, great job by the offensive line.
Set the hold for the Tigers. 31, Caden Paxton, the kicker.
Paxton on to attempt the extra point. It is up, a line drive, and good. Looked like it was off the bat of Shohei Ohtani there, but it was through the uprights, and it worked. So an early 7-0 lead for Circleville, and could not ask for a better start. As you see, Coach McKinney probably not at all pleased with the way things have started for his Bulldogs.
No, I'm sure he is not, but the good news is there's only 2 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock, so you got a lot of time. And I think the key for Carroll is, obviously now you've had a score, but I think them being more consistent on the offensive end and having a little bit more diversity in their offense, Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Teams are so well coached and so well prepared, and Coach Sherritt's team definitely going to be that. So I think they just need to, you know, get themselves to be a little more rhythmic and a little bit more successful on the offensive end.
And this is a program that's really trying to relearn how to win. I mean, this has been a program, and we'll talk about this here in a little bit, but, you know, Bloom-Carroll's won 10 straight meetings between these two. But you go back, and this last decade, those two programs have gone in complete opposite directions.
Absolutely.
And, you know, when you've had some sustained losing, it's hard to kind of get that turned around, I'm sure.
It's a tougher job. I will be perfectly honest with you.
Fair catch called for on the short pop-up kickoff, and Bloom-Carroll's going to have very good starting field position here on their second drive.
So if you call fair catch on a kickoff, are you allowed to be tackled?
I don't believe so.
I don't know.
I think that's the point of the fair catch.
I just wondered. I mean, we haven't seen that all year.
Yeah, no.
But I just wondered. He went down and 3 people piled on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd have to ask
Unless he
officials.
didn't catch it cleanly. We didn't see it that closely, but that could be if it was a muff, quote-unquote, I guess. Either way, it is Bloom-Carroll coming out for their second series, and Parker Couch will be at quarterback for this series, or at least for the first play. Started off promising getting a first down in their last drive on their first play, but it stalled after that. Here's Kyson Klein, and trouble in the backfield. Sanchez there to blow it up, who's made a couple of nice defensive plays as he swallows up Kyson Klein in the backfield for a loss of a couple. Here's another look.
I can tell you by watching this replay right now, they are making a commitment. They're not going to allow Bloom-Carroll to do what they like to do.
Mm-hmm.
They are making that commitment. You can see it right now, so they're going to have to do something else.
And it's Kyson Klein again. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage and a yard beyond that.
Yeah.
But it's still going to bring up 3rd and long, and that's not where Bloom-Carroll wants to live. Holloway on the tackle for Circleville. Fans starting to make a little bit of noise here as we have played just a couple minutes in this one, Week 10. Circleville and Bloom-Carroll, glad you are joining us for the IVP Sports Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week. Bulldogs are going to spread it out here on 3rd down and 9. Now a whistle and a flag will stop this one, and we will get the call from our referee tonight, James Wind, as you saw honored before the game.
Offside defense.
So an offsides against Circleville, now make it a little bit easier.
5-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's
replay,
big.
3rd down.
When you're on 3rd down and you've got a team at 9, now they're at 2, that's huge, Josh. Changes the possible play calling
Oh, yeah,
immensely.
especially against a team that likes to run first. So 3rd and 3.
But here they come. If you watch the Circleville defenders here, they are bringing the house.
And Couch going to change it up here before this 3rd down play. He is on. Looking, steps up, and that is nearly intercepted. A nice defensive play by Cole Nungetzer, who's made a couple of good defensive plays as the intended pass was out for London Dodds, but Nungetzer says no way.
Well, again, we saw this earlier in the year. Bern Union has a very aggressive defense. They like to do some of the same things as far as the blitzes, and you mix and match a little bit. You got to find ways offensively to beat pressure, Josh. It either has to come through draw play, quick screens, something, because you're not going to have time to do your normal play.
Nungetzer back to return this one. Hutchinson will let it go. High kick, and Nungetzer will let it bounce inside the 20. It takes a Bulldog roll, and it'll die at the 9-yard line before it's finally touched up. So a big break for Bloom-Carroll.
Well, you know, Rusty's Mr. Special Teams. He punts, he kicks, he returns punts, he returns kicks, and he's a wide receiver, leading receiver on the team. So he's a pretty effective player on Friday night.
I've heard Coach refer to him as a Swiss Army knife.
Yes.
And that is definitely appropriate. So Circleville trying to capitalize on what Coach Sherritt was hoping for, a fast start. They get the quick 7-0 lead, and now they have their second possession, but they are in the shadow of their own goalposts. Starting off this drive as Hudson Phelan leads his offense out there. And he will hand off, and coming near side is Azell, and he will be forced out of bounds around the 15-yard line as he was forced out by Devin Ash.
Tough run here. Just got on the edge a little bit. Bulldogs had good help coming, but they lost a little contain.
Excuse me, that was Lincoln Miller there on the stop for Bloom-Carroll.
6 yards out of that. You cannot give up 6 yards on 1st down and be successful defensively.
No, and that's been a thing that has been strong for Bloom-Carroll, only giving up 12 points, but they're going to give up 5 yards here as they jump into the neutral zone.
Those are good. Those when you have long play calls, or you have a little tempo at the line against aggressive teams that are good defensively because they're anxious to make plays.
Yeah, using that aggressiveness against them, certainly.
Yep.
So a fresh set of downs for Circleville. And here's a handoff straight ahead. And that's Nungetzer. And he will take it out to just shy of the 30-yard line. Ash on the stop there. And that will be enough for another 1st down for the Tigers. There you get a good look at Cole Nungetzer.
He's had a really good year. Does a lot of things for the team. Good rusher, decent receiver, scored a lot of touchdowns for him. Good player.
Yeah, he has now 8 on the season on the ground, and he has also a receiving touchdown. First and 10. And this will be Phelan on the keeper. And he will get some positive yards out to the 35-yard line.
Hudson Phelan, the ball carrier, brought down by number 26, Weston Coppice.
Coppice on the stop for Bloom-Carroll.
Well, here's the thing. You see all the substitutions, but here's the thing I like about what I heard about Phelan is, he had to change because they brought a whole new scheme in offensively, and he increased his football knowledge to make sure that he was comfortable running the offense and all the stuff that goes with that in the quarterback. As far as calling blocking schemes and different kinds of things, because that shows me that he really, really wanted to be successful.
Klein makes the reception, and he will take it for a first down out across the 40-yard line. And you talk about the substitutions. That's been a staple of Coach Sherritt going back to his days at Pickerington Central. I know back in my radio days calling some of those games, and you would see hockey line changes on first or second down where you'd see all kinds of personnel coming in.
Well, he's running 3 and 4 in a time right now. He also said we have a lot of guys playing both ways, so they can't play every play.
Phelan wants to put it up. He will throw it out of bounds. Had nothing downfield. Great coverage by the Bulldogs down the field.
Again, good decision. Sometimes you want to live to play the next play.
And that comes with wisdom. And I think over time that's something that coaches, instill in their players. And certainly that's been a difference. And really just the mindset of this Circleville team this season has really changed from kind of how they did things previously.
Well, they got a little moxie in their step right now.
Second and 10. And it'll be a handoff to Azell. And Azell weaving through the defense. He'll get stacked up after a gain of about 3 or 4. Ray Azell, a 5'11", 180-pound junior. Scholes on the stop for Bloom-Carroll.
Listen, the Tigers hadn't had a winning season since 2015.
Yeah.
They were 6-4 in 2015. They have not had a winning season since. So they're guaranteed tonight of at least a winning season regardless of what comes out. But if they win and they jump up in the playoffs, this is going to be huge momentum for them.
Only 2 times they've made the playoffs since 2015, but their winning percentage, .247. I'll talk about Bloom-Carroll a little bit, what they've done the last 10 years as a flag flies in on this third down. And Nungester on the carry will be stopped short, but let's check the laundry.
Well, on the other end of this, Bloom-Carroll is playing for a, outright league title tonight. And, you and I talked before the game. This would be, they have 8 tonight. It counts as 8 because they're at least got a tie. But, we teach a lot of things in kindergarten about sharing. But when you're in the varsity football in the league, you don't want to share.
Exactly. You definitely want to be selfish. And
no, you want to be the outright champ.
Yeah.
Because that means you beat everybody, or you were better than everybody on your normal league schedule.
So holding against Circleville, and that'll back him up to 3rd and long.
Well, we'll see what Phelan's got in mind here.
He has 7 touchdown passes in the air, over 1,100 yards through the air, but he's going to go straight ahead in the quarterback draw, and he will not get much. Won't even make it back to the original line of scrimmage. And looks like the Tigers are going to go send out the punt unit.
Yeah, that's probably a really good call right now, Josh. You're playing well. Your defense is playing well. It's 3rd and super long. Don't do anything crazy.
Jack Klein averaging 37.9 per punt, back to send it away. Rusty Hutchinson waiting on this one. Nice punt there. Hutchinson comes up to get it, and he is taken down immediately. Great job on special teams by Kaiser Cassidy coming up to make the stop.
Absolutely great coverage. I know we talk a lot about offense and defense, but boy, Josh, the third phase is special teams. The kicking, Coach Sherritt talked a little bit about how his team's done a really good job in the kicking game. But they've got to get better. You always look to improve it, but he said we've gotten more consistent with, the extra points, field goals, but the punting. You have to be able to not only punt it, but do what they did there. Have great coverage.
And that's those hidden yards coaches talk about quite a bit.
Yep.
So it'll be Klein handing off to Kyson Klein. Is Matthew Klein back in on this series? We'll see if they alternate series or if it's going to be kind of a feel thing with who's at quarterback.
I know it looks like you didn't have anything, but you got 5 yards.
Yeah. And that's just Kyson Klein grinding it out.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, most of his yards are between the tackles. This is not somebody who's getting some big play down the sideline all the time. He really earns those yards.
Trips to the near side. We've got movement in the neutral zone. It looks like Circleville jumped off sides. So that'll be a free 5 for the Bulldogs. You see James Wind, our referee tonight. And after this play, maybe we'll introduce the rest of our officials. There, where our mic's working. All right, there we go.
I'm not sure I can hear the rest of the game
Yes,
after
I know.
that whistle in my ear.
First down, it's Hutchinson out in the flat, and the swing pass makes a man miss. And Nungesser with the stop, but a nice reception and run after the catch by Rusty Hutchinson, picking up about 8 on first down.
Hey, let's introduce you to those officials.
8-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs on their own 49-yard line.
We'll get that here after this play. We'll talk about our officiating crews. We mentioned James Wind, and there it is.
There's your referee, James Wind, the umpire, Mark Vanoy, the head lineman and crew chief is Daniel Campbell. Line judge is Andy Kilbarger, the back judge is Jay Morris, and the center judge is Greg Thrapp.
And meanwhile, it's a first down for the Bulldogs on the carry.
Powered through for a Bulldog. First down.
There's not too many first quarters this year. I'd have to look it up to, give you the exact number of games that they've been shut out in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's few and far between. They were shut out for a game earlier this year. Bloom-Carroll was against, that was Taze Valley.
Yes.
And it had been a while before that. Here's Kyson Klein finding some running room, taking it to about the 40-yard line.
Okay, they slanted him left that time, which is a little different, but he really, like most good backs, he gets such a great start and early momentum.
And he's one of those backs I think you have to stop before he gets his momentum going, because once he does, good luck.
Yeah, and I'll share with you. I've been on this thing about asking coaches about tackling and why it appears to me that it's not as good as it has been. And some people come up with some pretty interesting comments about that, the coaches.
Here's Hutchinson, and he'll take it for another first down as the Bulldogs starting to get it rolling now on offense.
Yeah, as a play call, I love that. You got a guy in a slot, and the guy guarding him is 5 yards back, Josh. Just take what they give you. And there you go. You get the ball to Rusty, he's going to gain several yards.
Those are easy completions and easy yards. Bulldogs with their most promising drive, third time they've touched it here in this one. Matthew Klein will work out of the gun. And that one's knocked down.
Great job defensively again. Can't mention enough how important it is to get your hands up in the passing lane. You don't always get a deflection, but you do change the pass.
Tigers 32-yard line.
A very quality defensive line for Circleville. So second down and 10 at the 32-yard line. Two receivers stacked to each side. Kyson Klein got hit at the line of scrimmage, but fights through that contact, and he's still going. Finally wrestled down to the turf, and finally there to make the stop was Jacob Liston.
Well, I'll say this. Watch this run here by Kyson. He just competes, Josh. And you know what? If you don't want to play tonight, you're in trouble. Because he's coming to play. Every time we've seen him play, he comes to play.
You need a hard hat and a lunch pail to tackle him, I think.
And a whole group of defenders.
And now a whistle and a flag, we're going to have maybe equipment issue as We see Evan Cardenas check out. We'll see if Bloom-Carroll does not have to run the play. And they...
Clock.
Yeah, it stopped with 1 second. Now it's at 0. Hopefully it's not like last week where we lost the clock for a couple seconds.
We got to start the clock.
All right, so there's some issue with the clock. They're going to add a couple more seconds. Bloom-Carroll did not have to snap it. All right, they put 11 seconds back on. Let's see if they wind it. And they're going to wind it. Here's a handoff to Kyson Klein straight ahead. And he's still going down inside the 20 to the 14-yard line, or 16-yard line, and that's going to take us to the end of a rapidly moving first quarter with the score Circleville 7 and Bloom-Carroll nothing.
Josh, tonight's first half scoreboard sponsor is the Buckeye Automotive family. The Buckeye Honda, Nissan, and Toyota dealerships would like to wish all the local athletes best of luck this season. Learn more at buckeyecars.com.
And while we have a moment, maybe we'll take a look at the schedules for these two teams, as both teams come into tonight's game with some momentum. Bloom-Carroll, there you saw the rough starts, but they have, as they have the last several years, once league play starts, they flip the switch and get it rolling.
Yeah, I mean, no loss is good, but you look at Junction Holder sitting at 8-1. I mean, that's a game they play every year, and that'll give them a good test of where they really are. But they've had a heck of a season, like we said. They've won 6 in a row. Outstanding defensively through this whole season. When you look at nobody's gotten 20 points. Then on the other side, you look at Circleville, and it's been pretty even, like we said, up and down a little bit the last couple weeks. But got themselves righted last week with 56 points, and this is big for them tonight.
I'll tell you, the game that stands out to me, 6-3 loss against Fairfield Union. That must have been a slugfest. Of course, we saw how good that defense can be last week as they pretty much shut down Amanda Clear Creek in the second half.
Well, and Coach Clark had mentioned to me that they really controlled the tempo and ran the ball really well against Circleville. So when you have the ball, the chance of the other team scoring is pretty low.
Yes.
it can happen.
Yeah.
But it's a low percent.
As we start second quarter play, 1st and 10 from the 16. Klein throwing for the end zone, incomplete. Threw it too tall for his intended receiver, trying to hit Kelton Kirkpatrick on the corner of the end zone. Kirkpatrick, 6'2". There you get a good look at him, 172-pound senior here on senior night. Had a lot of folks lined up for senior night tonight, and that's really a healthy program when you have that many seniors.
Absolutely. I mean, their program all the way through at each class is really strong. And I tell you, of all the places we get to, I've never seen they have so many young people here at the game. It's impressive.
Yeah, really, just the community support really strong here, and a nice turnout from Circleville as well. Here's Kyson Klein breaking a tackle to the 5, and he is in. Touchdown, Kyson Klein.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Just another level of running, Josh.
Number 8, Kyson caught in the ball game. He's in for a Bulldog touchdown.
Well, kind of his style kind of reminds me a little bit. I know comparisons are tough, but Marshawn Lynch, like his style reminds me a lot of Marshawn Lynch.
Beast mode.
Yes.
Well, the thing that's so good too is he's not necessarily straight up. He's on a slant here, getting off the corner there on the end, and he got a little room, and he showed his strength and speed there.
Hutchinson with the extra point. It is good, and we'll get another look at our pink cricket replay of that touchdown.
See, watch here. That's not happening, and neither will this one. Little juke.
Ow.
And see you later.
What more could you want right there?
Yeah.
That's a very good pink cricket. Right into our Tom Russo there on the sidelines with a great shot for you tonight.
The only guy that could bring him down on that play was Tom Russo.
Absolutely. And our replays tonight are brought to you by the Pink Cricket Restaurant, where strangers don't remain strangers for long and the company is always welcome. come join our friends and family at the one, the only Pink Cricket restaurant. Doing it great since 1938. And congrats to Pink Cricket. They just had a ribbon cutting this week. They've had some renovations, and it's been a bit of a bear to get to lately with some construction going around it. But they've got it all nice and made up, and should be a great place to come after the game.
Sometimes you have to take a step back to step forward.
Absolutely.
I had interesting last week. I got a chance to talk to a few of the officials before the game. I happen to know some of them, and one of the questions was, is the Pink Cricket still operating? And I said, real soon.
Absolutely.
Real soon.
So we'll see now what Circleville answers as Azell goes down inside the 10-yard line as he was catching the kickoff, and his knee went down. And that's where the Circleville offense will start, backed up.
Just one of those things.
Yeah.
You slip, and next thing you know, the ball's down high school.
That happened, I believe it was 2 weeks ago in the Ohio State game against Illinois. Their punter had that situation.
Yeah, you can't go down and have a knee down as a punter. You're going to have a 15-yard loss.
Exactly. So now now it'll be 1st and 10 at the 8-yard line for Circleville, and it'll be Phelan on the keeper, but this play shut down before it starts, and it's going to be a false start.
Dead ball. 44 on the offense. 5 yards, replay 1st down.
So not off to a good start for the Tigers.
No, those penalties, they're really tough at any time, but I tell you, when you're in week 10 and you get a procedure offsides, it's super frustrating for coaches.
Right. Well, it doesn't hurt quite as bad if you're backed up, I suppose, because it's half the distance, but still.
Yeah, but
doesn't help, though.
Where are you?
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a handoff to Azell. He's weaving through some defense, and he gets stacked up. He'll get a couple of yards there on 1st down. As in there to make the play for Bloom-Carroll. Lincoln Miller in there, also Karsten Drury in on the stop.
It kind of feels like the Carroll defense, which has been really good all year, they're kind of settling in a little bit. They got caught off guard early, the long pass, quick touchdown for Nunguster. But I kind of get a feeling like, okay, we're awake now.
It's kind of like that first round of boxing, just kind of feeling each other out. Now you start to formulate a game plan. Here's Phelan. He's going to keep it. Phelan gets across the 10, out just shy of the 15-yard line before he is taken down. Cole Thacker in there on the play. And Chambers as well. Looks like actually Zach Chambers, the senior. There you get another look at it.
And again, looking at that tackle, we'll talk a little bit again about some of the tackling information that I've received the last few weeks.
Big 3rd down here. It seems like momentum has shifted to the home team. And here's a handoff to Nunguster. He's going to have the 1st down, and he'll take it out across the 20.
Yeah, that's real big. Just getting that 1st down. Just keep the ball for at least 3 more plays, run some more time. That's huge.
And quiet the home fans a little bit as well. And you see Cole Nunguster, who's had a good start to this game, especially on the defensive side of the football.
Well, one of the things about being really, strong in athletics and good is consistency. And that's what you got to give the nod to Carroll. They've been really consistent all season.
1st and 10. Here's Azell, Ray Azell. He's got a 1st down as he runs it right up the middle. And in there on the tackle for Bloom-Carroll, Evan Cardenas.
Well, the staple of your team and the staple of Circleville's team is their offensive line, Josh. You can't run the ball that much and have success throughout the year without having an outstanding offensive line. And they are really good here. They're winning a lot of times at the point of attack.
Across the front, 310, 270, 280, 275, 260. That's a pretty good offensive line at the D4 level.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt, but you also got to be good.
That helps.
And they got both.
1st down. Phelan wants to put it up in the air, going deep. got a man down there. Nungesser incomplete, broken up. And Phelan took a shot at the end of that play.
He did.
Cardenas and Williams combined to knock that one away as we'll get another look at it.
Watch the hit on Phelan as he just gets rid of it. Oh, those right in the ribs and belly. Good defensive play right there, Josh.
Yeah, nice combo between Cardenas and Williams to break it up. Did not see who applied that pressure for the Bulldogs, but they laid a lick on Hudson Phelan. He'll feel that when he gets up tomorrow. And it's going to be Phelan on the keeper. And he's going to have a first down. As coming up to make the stop was Christian Ball from his cornerback position, but not before Hudson Phelan moves the sticks.
Well, he presents a challenge because he is dual threat. I mean, I think he had 64% of his passes completed on the year, which is not bad. Not bad at all.
70 of 110 coming into tonight's game, and certainly an accurate quarterback. And now movement up front, and that's going to be 5 more against Bloom-Carroll.
Dead ball, offsides, number 23 of the defense. 5 yards, repeat, first down.
And as you said, Shu, that's not going to make Coach McKinney happy when you come to week 10 and you have those type of mistakes.
Well, the right end, I think it's Lincoln Miller. He's really aggressive and really a good defender. But sometimes he's got to temp it down a little bit.
Here comes Azell. Azell had nowhere to run as he ran into a couple of dark jerseys.
And I don't mean temp down the effort. Tamp down the concentration to watch the ball and know when it's going to be snapped.
Storts there on the tackle for Bloom-Carroll in that last play. As we tick down to 8 minutes to play in the half. Circleville scored on their first drive. Bloom-Carroll scored on their most recent drive. Play action. Going to go deep. Looking for a receiver, and it's caught, and it's a touchdown on the reception. Uriah Woodworth.
Phelan just let it go, and he said run under it.
A heave, and he drops it in the bucket for Woodworth, his third receiving touchdown on the season.
Big plays can win games for you.
And it puts Circleville on top with Paxton on to attempt the extra point, and he's going to fake it and take it up the middle, and he is not going to get in. Looked like a called fake. I don't think you have, unless it was quick thinking there on the high snap, but it looked like a fake all the way.
Yeah, not too seldom do you hike it to the kicker to run. Oh my.
That thing almost squirted through. Wow.
But that's pretty cool. He got his hands back under it, though.
He caught the back half of the football, which is hard to do.
Yes.
Looks like we have a situation down on the sideline with one of the cheerleaders receiving some medical attention. Boy, you hate to see that and hope that she's doing okay.
Yeah, it's certainly not as common.
No.
As like when we, unfortunately see some players each week, but not a cheerleader. And they're going to wheel her out, Josh.
Yeah, they're taking all kinds of precaution there, and I hope that young lady's doing okay. We'll get some great medical care as well, as we'll show you a replay of that last touchdown here after the kickoff. Actually, we'll show you it right now.
Got a little play action, and he just unloaded. Like you said, dropped it right in there. Outstanding.
And Paxton will let it fly. It's a short kickoff. It'll hit. It's a live ball. And it's Hutchinson who picks it up. He squirts through and nearly found a seam and had a big return there.
Sometimes those kind of plays, though, go big on special teams because tempo is broken. Normal pace is broken, and somebody makes a big play like Rusty can.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 26-yard line with a little over 7.5 to play in this exciting first half between these two teams.
That's been great. Would it be appropriate to say the Cats are leading the Dogs?
Yeah, well, we knew it was going to be a dog and a cat fight, that's for sure. 1st and 10. And it'll be Couch back in at quarterback, hands off to Kaison Klein. So it seems like the quarterbacks are going to be rotating drive by drive. That seems to be the approach so far. 3-yard pickup for Kaison Klein. Came in with over 1,200 yards rushing, and you saw why at the end of that last drive.
And the thing along with all that, Josh, is he's a workhorse.
Yes, he is. 2nd and 7. And here's a handoff of Klein again. He finds a hole, and he will find a first down, and almost broke that one for a big one.
Now Carroll's getting some really good blocking up front. I mean, you're not going to be able to give Klein that much room to operate.
Yeah. Takes it out to the 39-yard line, so Bulldogs starting to move the football a little bit here on this drive. First down, be a man in motion. And now there's a handoff to Klein, and he will go straight ahead, and he's getting 3, 4, 5 yards a chunk.
Well, he certainly wears people down. That's one of the concerns I think the Circleville staff had was the depth of Carroll. Not just Klein, but overall depth. They just are going to play guys mostly one way or the other. They've got, deep lineups with excellent subs.
Pick up a 5 on that last one. Couch going to put it up. Catch is made by Dodds, and Dodds takes it into Tiger territory, and he'll have another first down. And Klinger on the tackle for Circleville. As there you see the young lady for Bloom-Carroll, cheerleader, being taken to a local hospital. And again, we wish her the best. We just hate to see that. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. And some movement up front, but no whistle or no flag.
Under 10.
Parker Couch is going to change it up. Hands off to Kaison Klein, goes straight ahead, and he will get a couple, but Circleville kind of plugged that one up a little bit as Jacob Liston in there to slow him down.
There were some really good collisions on that play, Josh, between linebackers coming up and people trying to block down. That was pretty good. That's just old-fashioned football right there.
And both of these teams, physical style is in their DNA. That's something Coach Sherritt brought over from Pickerington Central. Coach McKinney has instilled that in his program now in his 4th year here at Bloom-Carroll. Pick up a 3 on that last carry. Kaison Klein again breaks a couple tackles and stays on his feet and stumbles ahead for about 4 or 5 as he broke through the last tackle of Braxton Dunkel, the senior linebacker. And it was Brisker on the final tackle there for the Tigers.
Yeah, Dunkel's had a heck of a season for the Tigers, a linebacker. I think he's just, as a senior, he's provided a lot of leadership and done other things off the field that have been very helpful to the program. Understand
he loves finance and may be in his future to be in the financial industry as a timeout is taken by Circleville, their first. Of course, you talk about Dunkel. He really credited Coach Sherritt coming into his life this year, making a huge impact, pushing the team to succeed and showing great leadership and changing the culture. And we talked about Circleville. This is a program that over the last decade, they have won 24 games, 24 and 73, 1 winning season, 2 playoff appearances, but really has changed momentum this season.
Well, I'm not real big on the culture thing and all those words that we now use, but I think when you just come in and you know what you're doing, which obviously Coach Sherritt does, but you just go to work, Josh. You have to have good players. They have to understand, and also, I don't know if the words, I don't like buying in, but they also accept. It's a big acceptance of what's being done and how we're going to do it. And as I used to always say, there's no stats matter except the one on the scoreboard. That's the only stat that matters.
And sometimes setting expectations is a huge thing. And we'll talk about Bloom-Carroll here in a moment. As Couch on third down will put it up, and he bounces this one for his intended receiver, trying to get it to Cardenas, but that was too short. And that'll bring up fourth down, and we'll see what Coach McKinney's going to do. I think the offense is going to stay out there.
Well, at this point, you're at the 39-yard line. What are you going to gain on a punt here? You might pin them back a little bit, but heck, they just drove from, inside their 5 after the penalty for a touchdown. So no success in that.
Couch with the hard count.
Yep. I don't think the Tigers are going to buy this one, this situation.
Play clock down to 6.
No.
He's going to drop back, throw it over the middle. It's Hutchinson, incomplete. He had him open. Could have been a touchdown had he been able to stay on his feet, but instead it's a turnover on downs. But they had the look they wanted.
They did.
And that might have been tipped, as that was Kaiser Cassidy who may have got a finger on it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell whether he got that or not from our angle.
Nothing else he got in the way visually.
Well, and it also forced Couch to throw it away from the defender a little more than he wanted to.
So 1st and 10 now for Circleville at their own 39, inside of 4 to play in the half. Phelan looking left side, has got a Zell, breaks out of one tackle, stiff arms a man and goes out of bounds at the just shy of the 45-yard line, we'll say. And a late marker comes in on the far sideline. I'm not sure who said something as Aiden Scholes was clapping. Scholes there on the stop. We'll get the call.
Danny? Dead ball. Dead ball. First to foul. 28. This way.
Personal foul against Circleville. They initially called it against Bloom-Carroll, but that's Miles Rickard called for the personal foul. Not sure what happened there on the far sideline. Hard to see from our vantage point, but a lot of times those are penalties based on what was said, not necessarily what action occurred. And that's a costly penalty.
Yeah. On your own sideline.
It'll bring up 2nd and about 22, they say on the scoreboard. Phelan on the draw. He is wrapped up. Nowhere to go. In there to make the stop was Weston Kappas, the junior linebacker.
Yeah, the Bulldogs weren't buying at that time, were they?
So it'll be 3rd down and 22. Circleville not in any hurry to get this play off as we hit the 3-minute mark now. And flag comes in. And
dead ball. Offsides.
someone lined up in the neutral zone.
What's on offense?
Hey, tell that coach it radio up there in this 3rd down.
So someone lined up in the neutral zone there, and that'll bring up 3rd and extra long.
Hey, just let Phelan heave another one.
Yeah, it worked well in the last drive, did it not? Bulldogs have all 3 timeouts, so should it be a run, they may burn one here. Phelan's going to keep it. Cuts it back. He's got some running, weaving through the defense, and he gets past the original line of scrimmage, making up for the penalties. And a little bit beyond that, a nice run there by Hudson Phelan. Look at this.
Yeah, great athletic effort. He got 19 yards on this, Josh. Look at that. I love how he plays the game.
Robert Williams finally tripped him up, but a big run. And that makes up for some field position as a timeout is taken. I believe it's going to be taken by Bloom-Carroll. That's their first. And we'll remind you that coming up is the halftime band show. It'll be brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Crematory and Monuments, family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. And by Fairfield Federal. Whatever you need, Fairfield Federal Savings and Loans specialize in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We will also let you know that it'll be featuring the Marching Bulldogs performance from the Fairfield County Fair Parade of Bands. And while we've got a moment too, we'll get some scores from other games going on in Week 10. Barn burner at Fulton Field tonight, 3-0. Newark leading Lancaster in the first quarter. Miller on top of Millersport, 10-0 in the second. No score reported. Fairfield Christian, Grove City Christian in the first. 21-14, Rosecrans leading Byrne Union in the first. It is Amanda Clear Creek 27, Liberty Union 14 in the second. Pickerington Central 14-7 on Reynoldsburg. Pick North 14-0 over Gahanna. And Groveport leading Canal Winchester 20-7. As this punt is taken by Hutchinson. Hutchinson moving towards the sideline, gets a block. Rusty Hutchinson to midfield, and he takes it to the 40 before he is forced out of bounds by Hudson Phelan on special teams. And there is a marker down back at the 32-yard line. And that's usually against the return team.
Yeah, it was pretty close, but it might have been a block in the back, Josh.
Well, we had a penalty shoot. Also of personal interest to you, Sheridan leading New Lexington 10-7 in the second quarter.
Interesting.
Well,
it's going to be against Bloom-Carroll. We just have not seen the official call yet. But that's going to be a costly penalty for the Bulldogs because that wipes out great field position. And they're going to have it at about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that's a big penalty, rather than on the opponent 40 with 2 minutes to go.
A couple other non-scores we have for you. John Marshall out of West Virginia and Fairfield Union scoreless in the first, as are Fisher Catholic and Manchester. And off to Kyson Klein, and he moves ahead before he is taken down.
Change of tempo here with 2 minutes to go.
Holloway there on the stop for Circleville. Bulldogs starting to pick up the pace a little bit. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. Matthew Klein stepping up. He'll take it himself, and he gets tripped up. Nice play coming in there to make the stop. Chase Foster, the sophomore defensive back.
Good tackle.
Beg your pardon, that was correct. That was Foster. As there you see Braxton Dunkel, linebacker and leader of this defense. It's up 3rd and 6, clock rolling with 1:14 to go. Klein looking over to the coaching staff to get the plays. Play clock down to 10. Klein stepping up, and he will get wrapped up. Ari Travis in there, also got a little help from his friends. Lamont Holloway in there as well. We'll credit Holloway for the sack. And the clock is stopped with 54 seconds, and I've assumed Circleville called that timeout. That'll be their second timeout, so they'll have one remaining. There you get a good look at the crowd that came from Pickaway County tonight.
Hey, Josh, you've been talking about finance. Let's say thank you to the Savings Bank. Founded in 1912, the Savings Bank prides itself on providing an exceptional banking experience while passionately investing in the communities it serves. Let the Savings Bank help your business with the latest in banking tech, delivered with the hands-on support expected from a true community bank. From mobile solutions to products that help keep your finances secure, their Smart Business Suite offers convenience and peace of mind. Learn more online at the Savings Bank Ohio .bank member FDIC.
Thank you to the Savings Bank, who I believe is based in Pickaway County.
It is. It is. And going back, I mean, they've been a big supporter since they were Standing Stone and everything. You know, we have a lot of people like that on our list that have just supported for so long.
Yeah, absolutely. We thank them for being along for the ride all season long and look forward to continue that on into basketball season. As Rusty Hutchinson, you see there in the middle of your screen, to punt this one away. Lets this one go, a high kick, and Nungesser will call for the fair catch in Bloom-Carroll territory at the 49, and that's where the Tigers will set up shop with 50 seconds to go. And I believe they have one timeout. Still says on the scoreboard here in the stadium 2, but I believe they called that last timeout.
Yeah, I agree.
Boy, Coach Sherritt probably could not have scripted this first half any better.
I'm telling you, he said it enough times. They have to play well in the first half. They have to do things right, and then we'll let it go in the second half and see where we are. But they've done an outstanding job defensively.
Absolutely, and made enough plays offensively as well.
Well, big plays. If you look at both scoring plays they've had, they involved a big play.
Big passing play for sure. So from the 49, Phelan looking to throw it again, and he is going to be wrapped up. And Lincoln Miller in there. Also, Zach Chambers, both seniors here on senior night, getting a half sack.
Hey, I love Chambers, man. He's a senior. He's not a really big guy, very, very short. I love watching him play, man. He plays with high energy. And you know what? One thing when I asked Coach McKinney about it, he said he's so quick out of his stance. He creates problems.
Here's Phelan on the draw. He'll get it back to the original line of scrimmage. And the clock ticks down inside of 10 seconds. They're trying to hustle if they can get another playoff. Down to 3. They just get it off. Phelan looking to heave it downfield. Instead, he'll throw it short to the near sideline, and the catch is made by Jack Klein. That'll be a stat booster, and that's going to take us to the half with the score: Circleville 13 and Bloom-Carroll 7. Stay tuned. The halftime band show is coming up next. You're watching the IVP Sports Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Also brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, North Body Shop, Fairfield Federal, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Pizza Cottage, The Carriage Company, Fairfield County Adam H., The Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, Buckeye Lake Marina, The Pink Cricket, Clear Sky Rehabilitation Hospital, Fairfield TD, and Buckeye Toyota.
Buckeye Lake Marina is a full-service marina offering new and used boats for sale. Brands like Bennington, Crown Line, South Bay, and Chaparral. They also do boat service, canvas repair, and custom boat covers, and they sell ethanol-free recreational fuel. Located in Millersport at 2920 Canal Drive, 740-467-2697. Online at BuckeyeLakeMarina.com.
At Fairfield Federal, we believe true prosperity is shared. For 130 years, Fairfield Federal has invested in the community that built us. From supporting businesses that employ our neighbors, empowering the initiatives that strengthen our community, and serving generations of families, Fairfield Federal is proud to share this milestone of progress with our hometown. Fairfield Federal is your place for checking, savings, and home loans. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402612.
Pizza Cottage offers a wide variety of specialty pizza and subs, along with other mouth-watering menu options. Dine in with us or choose carry-out or delivery to enjoy your dough on the go. Good pizza, good people, and great memories at Pizza Cottage.
Hi, I'm Missy Deaver of the United Way of Fairfield County. At the United Way, our vision is to see that every individual in Fairfield County has access to the services and resources needed to live a successful and fulfilling life. This month, we're excited to be chosen by the Buckeye Family's Buckeye Cares program. That means they'll make a donation with each car sold this month. Thank you, Buckeye Family, for supporting us at the United Way of Fairfield County.
He was a little 32-week baby. All of the nurses took such good care of me that I decided to go to nursing school when I was a little older, and now I'm actually working alongside some of the nurses that actually cared for me when I had my son.
One guest is of special interest. Mother-in-law, a conventional housewife. But peace is a fragile entity. At the threshold of the element, a familiar strength awaits. Once she's almost trained, she tries to forget. Together, they say, not to fall on any but to preserve the still not over a place we call the 13th.
It's a very, when I had surgery 6 or 7 years ago, so I'm still trying to build up. So, it's just getting used to not having that ability to learn. You go to replace both hands to oh, I can that type of thing. That for the first, that's the first 3 or 4 months.
Inside her room, the silence is deafening. Margaret is alone, or so she believes. The questions come fast now. Who or what was that figure at the elevator? Why did it seem to follow her? In this hotel, the line between guests and ghosts is thinner than the wallpaper. Be the end of a particularly terrifying nightmare. It isn't. It's the beginning.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs. 740-689-6991.
Greetings from Fairfield TD. As we embrace the back-to-school season, we welcome the arrival of autumn and our cherished fall customs. Join us for Football Friday nights and the County Fair. While you revel in the colorful season, let's also reflect on the positive changes we aspire to witness. At Fairfield TD, our goal is to foster a vibrant community where individuals lead lives of greater independence and make meaningful contributions. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram to discover more about our unwavering commitment to the community.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Mason plays to attend college and major in biology. Haley Bennett, escorted by her mother, Erin Faldo, and father, Sean Bennett, and sister, Samantha Bennett. Haley has been in band for 6 years, and her musical honors include Symphonic Band 4 years, First Year Clarinetist 3 years, All County Band for 2 years, Jazz Orchestra for 2 years, Jazz Ensemble for 3 years, Field Commander for 3 years, Pick Orchestra member of the Musical Cinderella, member of the Capitol Conservatory Honors Band, the Ohio State University Honors Band, and the West Virginia University Honors Band. Haley has also received all superior ratings in the high school only and solo and ensemble events. Haley plans to attend college to pursue forensic science while continuing her musical career. Benjamin Bolby, escorted by mother Lucy and father David Bolby. Ben has been in band for 6 years and his musical honors include 4 state finals with 2, hopefully 3, state superior ratings. Ben plans to attend OU or OSU to be a statistician. Whitney Clydens, escorted by mother Terry Clydens and father Scott Clydens and sister Lauren Clydens. Whitney has been in band all 7 years, and her musical honors include playing flute in the symphonic band, color guard member all 4 years, and color guard captain her senior year, and the recipient of the sophomore Most Outstanding Award. Whitney plans to attend college for an undecided major. Lauren Fidel, escorted by mother Anna Fidel and father Charles Fidel. Lauren has been in band all 7 years, and her musical honors include 4 years of symphonic band, 2 years in jazz ensemble, clarinet section leader for 3 years, and excellent ratings in OMEA solo ensemble. Lauren plans to go to college to major in entrepreneurship and study abroad. Lainey Gilbertson, escorted by mother Misty McDaniel. Lainey has been in band for 5 years, and her musical honors include playing mellophone and French horn. Lainey plans to attend Paul Mitchell School for Cosmetology. Annika Gambas, escorted by mother Sharon and father Carroy. Annika has been in band all 7 years, and her musical honors include member of the Jazz Ensemble and Jazz Orchestra, section leader for Low Brass and Woodwinds for 2 years, all-county band, and solo and ensemble. Annika plans to attend college to major in nursing. Becca Grody, escorted by mother Debbie and father Brian Grody. Becca has been in band all 7 years, and her musical honors include the state qualifying Marching Bulldogs all 4 years. Becca plans to work in animal caretaking. Sarah Jameson, escorted by mother Clarissa and father Todd Jameson. Sarah has been in band all 7 years, and her musical honors include 3 years of middle school bands, 4 years of high school bands, and being the Bloom-Carroll Marching Band's 2025 battery section leader. Sarah plans to go to college to major in environmental science. Alyssa Kraft, escorted by mother Jennifer, father Adam, and sister Elena Kraft. Alyssa has been in band all 7 years, and her musical honors include all-county band, jazz orchestra, and ensemble. Ohio University Honors Band, superior at solo and ensemble, superiors at marching band state finals. Alyssa plans to attend Ohio University to major in nursing. Nico Owen, escorted by mother Chris and father Tim Owen. Nico has been in band for 2 years. Nico plans to attend college to study visual arts and creative writing. Hope Pack, escorted by mother Beth and father Tim Pack. Hope has been in band for 6 years, and her musical honors include 4 years of symphonic and marching bands. Hope plans to attend OCU to major in information technology. Angela Robb, escorted by mother Catherine Robb and father Luther Center. Robbie has been in band all 7 years, and her musical honors include Most Improved her freshman year, Pit Orchestra her sophomore year for the school musical, 5 years in jazz ensemble, 4 years in jazz orchestra, and trombone section leader the past 2 years. Angela plans to attend Wright State University to major in biology in the hopes of being a geneticist. Marin Robertson, escorted by mother Kelly and father Samuel Robertson. Marin has been in band all 7 years, and her musical honors include lead snare for 2 years and recipient of the Most Outstanding Junior Award. Marin plans to attend college and major in pharmaceuticals. Matthew Sawchuk, escorted by mother Jennifer and father Steve Sawchuk. Matthew has been in band all 7 years, and his musical honors include solo and ensemble, and is a member of the jazz ensemble. Matthew plans to attend college and study pre-medicine and biochemistry and hopes to become a pediatric oncologist. Samantha Schaefer, escorted by mother Natasha and father Douglas Schaefer. Sam has been in band for 4 years, and her musical honors include 4 years of color guard and 4 years of winter guard. Samantha plans to attend Ohio University and double major in meteorology and marine biology. Genevieve Warren, escorted by her mother Celine and father Justin Warren. Genevieve has been in band for 5 years, and her musical honors include lead dance soloist her sophomore year, and was nominated for Improved Freshman and Most Outstanding Sophomore. Genevieve plans to attend either the University of Cincinnati or Ohio University, though her major is undecided. Let's have another round of applause for our 18 seniors.
Shots. I'm sure. Just watching you talk about that going now.
Just stand together.
I know.
Oh no, take that first.
Just take it till you make it. I mean,
I know. Make a fucking scene in front of the entire school.
Standing so far away. I know. Suck it up.
Clear Sky Rehabilitation Hospital. Our values and beliefs guide every decision we make, truly reflecting who we are at the core of our hospital. We are passionate about providing superior, personalized rehabilitative care. Our patients are our priority. Our staff goes above and beyond normal service expectations. Their training, knowledge, and expertise allow them to provide specialized quality care to our patients so they can recover to their highest levels of independence possible. When our patients come through our doors, they're limited in their abilities. But our goal is to help them return home quickly so they can get back to doing what they love.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the high school football game of the week. I'm Jaron Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Tonight, we've got a great one for you. The Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs.
It was a great week of practice. Even in the rain and the weather, we had a great week of practice.
Schneider, lots of running room to midfield. He's gone. Ryan Schneider down the near sideline for a touchdown for the Aces.
We have a hold on the offense, number 20. That penalty will be declined. They'll bring up fourth down.
We're going to give you this game ball here because you're a Tiberios fan of the game. And thanks for being here, Jacob.
The Polar Bears are your OAC tournament champions. First time since 2009. What an exciting finish for the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
And be very proud of this trophy because you've earned it.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Also brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, North Body Shop, Fairfield Federal, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Pizza Cottage, The Carriage Company, Fairfield County Adam H., The Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, Buckeye Lake Marina, The Pink Cricket, Clear Sky Rehabilitation Hospital, Fairfield TD, and Buckeye Toyota.
Welcome back to Carl Fell Stadium as we get ready to start the second half of play. Circleville leads Bloom-Carroll 13-7. Josh Messerly alongside Tim Shoemaker, and very entertaining first half of football between these two.
Yeah, very much so. You know, I wasn't sure what to expect. I mean, Carroll coming off a big high last week with the win over Hamilton Township, and you know, the Tigers also came off a big win over Liberty Union, so you just never know, you know, what's in store. And you know, I think the emotion of last week, Carroll winning that game and guaranteeing them a championship. I'm not saying it takes it off of this week, you know, this game, but you never know sometimes, especially with young players. Circleville, they got the first half exactly, Josh, how they won.
Yeah, that fast start. Fast start. Keep the game tight. Let's see what happens in the second half. I love the attitude. Circleville will start with the football here in the second half. And it is Azell on the return. A nice return out to about the 30-yard line before he is taken down on the return. That stop was made by Devin Ash for Bloom-Carroll. And so we'll see what Circleville comes out with. They got the early score in this one. As you see, Hudson Phelan, the quarterback, comes out. He had a touchdown pass, a long one, to Uriah Woodworth in the later stages of the first half, and that gave Circleville their 13-7 lead.
Well, I think one of the big things, too, that we haven't really talked a lot about, Circleville's only, I believe this is accurate, have only had 8 turnovers all season.
And here's Nungesser on the handoff, and he will take it out to the 35-yard line. That's a very impressive stat.
That is beyond impressive. On the contrary, last week, Bloom-Carroll turned Hamilton Township over 5 times. And I think that they are such a good team, Carroll is, of taking advantage of the other team's mistakes. And honestly, Circleville has not made those mistakes tonight.
And by the same token, Circleville turned over Liberty Union 4 times in the first quarter last week.
So it does matter. You know, as we've said before in games we've done, generally, if you lose the turnover battle, you lose the game.
Ray Azell on the carry for the Tigers. And Mason Storts there on the stop, brings up 3rd down and 1. It's going to be a handoff to Nungesser. He's going to have the first down, and he's going to take it out just shy of the 45-yard line, but it'll be enough to move the chains.
Came out and run the ball. Did a good job this drive so far.
It's kind of been what they did in the first half, was kind of soften up Bloom-Carroll a little bit with the run, and then go over the top, and they hit on many of those deep passes.
Yeah, like we said, those 2 big plays led to both scores. But the staple of their team, Circleville, is the offensive line.
Big and talented up front, as Phelan will be back to pass, being chased, and that one is slung out to the side, and it's Nungesser who will lose some yardage on that reception. That was basically to avoid a long sack as Zach Chambers came flying in. Your guy, Shu, 5'6", 173 pounds, senior.
But he's quick. And, you know, as Coach McKinney said, he gets out of his stance right off the snap. And that's really important.
I wonder if he's a wrestler. He like the way he comes out of his stance in the D-line makes me wonder if he's got that wrestling background.
I don't know, but he provides a lot to the Carroll defense here from his nose guard position.
Loss of 4 on that reception by Nungesser. Phelan gonna go on the quarterback draw. He will pick up a big chunk there as he takes it to the midfield stripe before he is taken down by Williams. Also Scholes in there on the stop.
Yeah, tempo.
And here come the Tigers quickly. Full house backfield. Nungesser with the hole down the sideline. Nungesser is gonna have a first down as he's finally forced out by Robert Williams. But Cole Nungesser with a big first down run for Circleville.
I tell you, one of the things, you know, you got to watch right here. Watch this power formation, great blocking, and Nungesser, he's carrying the load right now for him offensively. But the one thing you got to remember, when you have success and you continue to improve, Josh, it builds confidence because all of a sudden you start believing. And that's what they've got going right now.
I believe that was the longest run of the night for the Tigers. Here's Phelan on the carry, and he will take it inside the 20-yard line where he is met by Carson Drury, the junior defensive end.
Yeah, they're turning this really into just a we're going to line up, and we're going to beat you at the point of attack.
Yeah.
And they've done a great job on this drive.
They've held their own at the line of scrimmage tonight, and there's not too many teams going against Bloom-Carroll that can say that.
Not at all. And, you know, you look at the one play that was a loss, they're going to pass the ball. So.
2nd and 8. Here comes the toss back the other way, and that's going to be a loss as that was blown up.
Yes.
Jack Klein on the end around had nowhere to go. Penetration took care of that one.
Yeah, great job by the Carroll defense of being aggressive early on that play.
Drury again on the stop. There you can see, look at number 55. Brings up 3rd and 12 from the 23. Trips to the left. Phelan scrambling around. He'll keep it. Cuts back up the middle. Long way to go to get the first down. He won't get there. Drury in there with Storts on the stop. Scholes also in the pile. And bring up 4th down, and we'll see. Looks like the field goal unit's coming out.
Brings up 4th down. Let's get loud, Bulldog fans.
Caden Paxton, the place kicker, 2 of 5 this season. Alex Spradlin will be the holder, and Braden Brisker is the long snapper.
Yeah, here's that kicking game, you know, Coach Sherritt talked about that they want to be better at.
Put it down at the 24, and now a flag flies in. Is a little over-aggressiveness by the Bulldogs.
Dead ball, offside, 25, Bloom-Carroll.
So that makes
5 yards, repeat 4th down.
Makes it 4th and 2, and let's see if the offense comes back on the field. Yes, they are.
Penalty on the defense.
Yeah, look for Phelan to make a tight run here. Or he or Nungesser. I mean,
a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes tonight of Bloom-Carroll.
Yeah, you know those pre-snap penalties just they'll age you.
So 4th, and we'll call it a long 2. Phelan is going to keep it. He'll have the first down. Still moving forward near the 5-yard line. Weston Coppice wraps him up. But a big 4th down conversion for Circleville.
Here they go again, Josh. Tempo.
Full house backfield. And it's going to be a handoff to Nungesser, knifing through to the goal line, and he's just short. As Scholl's in there to make the stop. Weston Coppice also to keep Nungesser from getting into the end zone. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. We'll see Braxton Dunkel playing a little offense. It's going to be Phelan spun around at the goal line, and he is not in. Bulldogs showing some toughness here on this goal line stand, bringing up 3rd down. Full house again. Handoff, and Nungesser is in, but a flag is down. A flag was thrown in, and it's going to go against Circleville.
Circleville, 50.
And they
50.
They call that on Caden McGurk,
50.
the offensive lineman. So that takes the touchdown off the board. That could be a costly penalty for the Tigers. So it is 3rd down and goal. Ball will be spotted at the 11-yard line. Trips to the near side. Phelan. He's going to keep it. Now he flings it out to Klein at the 5. Diving for the pylon. He is in. Touchdown. The back judge ruled for touchdown. The linesman on the near side has not made a call.
He's got him short.
Boy, we'll have to get another look at that. The back judge initially threw up his arms, touchdown, but the near side linesman, who was trying to get out of the way of the collision, didn't rule anything, and there you see how close it is, almost touching the white.
Yeah, about 6 inches.
Big play right here, 4th and goal. Phelan under center. He's going to sneak it over right guard. He's stacked up. Touchdown, Circleville. Ball came loose as a beanbag comes in, but did he get in before the ball came loose? And they say touchdown. There was a beanbag thrown in, which usually indicates a fumble. And looks like touchdown. Okay. A little bit of a delay there, but they got the call. A lot in those last 2 downs. And on to attempt the extra points, Caden Baxton.
Trying to check and see if you're on your toes tonight, Josh.
I know.
My goodness.
That's what happens when I come off the bench, I guess. Paxton's kick is up, and it is good. So with 6:10 remaining in the 3rd, it is now Circleville 20, Bloom-Carroll 7.
10 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Here's the 3rd down play.
7, Tigers 20.
Wow. He hits out of bounds, Klein does, just before hitting the pylon. Great job by the officials, and that, I think, was some teamwork because both officials had to kind of look at each other, and you saw bodies flying over the place. Yeah, look at the back judge, too, because the back judge, I think, initially rules touchdown, but the linesman there on top of it and made the call.
Josh, it's all about getting the right angle and the best look.
But again, they are a team out there in stripes, and they work together to get those calls correct. But nonetheless, Circleville now up 2 scores on Bloom-Carroll.
Big. You know, one of the things I know, and just from, I can say this because I've heard people say, they teach the officials on the wings, once the play snaps and you see it coming, get to the goal line where you have the proper angle and look at it. And mentioning officials, let's give a big shout out again to Ron Wintermute, who does a great job of getting us the officials, the list of all those guys. And we don't take that for granted. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it, absolutely. A short pop-up kick. And making the catch was Caleb Krivitson.
Well, they're just decided they're not going to let Rusty Hutchinson run the ball back. I mean,
I don't blame them.
No, I think that's smart. You know, if you don't turn the ball over like Circleville has not for most of the year, you play good defense and you can run the ball, you can win high school football games.
So 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line for the Bulldogs. Now finding themselves down by a couple of scores. Hand off to Kyson Klein. Feels like forever since Bloom-Carroll's had the football.
Well, almost half the quarter.
Yeah.
Great drive by Circleville coming out of the gates at halftime. I mean, those first 5 minutes of the second half, I've always talked about those. They just can and a lot of times do affect the outcome.
Ryan Day of Ohio State often talks about the middle 8, the last 4 of the first half and the first 4 of the second half. And I would say Circleville's won that tonight. And winning that play for Bloom-Carroll was London Dodds with a reception and a first down.
Parker Couch, pass complete, 24,
Yeah, nice job right here, getting the ball quick, Josh. That's nothing more than just an outside run.
Here's Kyson Klein breaking tackles inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Kyson Klein.
Again, he's had more effect tonight getting out those slants, not outside wide, but off tackle instead of straight forward. A lot of success.
Wonder if Bloom-Carroll might be a little effective offense. Looks like they're starting to pick up the pace a little bit. I know they want to give the defense a rest, but try and get the offense in rhythm too. Couch, maybe a busted play. He will take it straight ahead as a marker flies in. And for the moment, he's near a first down, but it's going to come back.
58, Andy.
So holding against Bloom-Carroll, and that'll back it up. And again, those uncharacteristic mistakes tonight of Bloom-Carroll, we've seen that a lot.
Yeah, I think they've probably been penalized more than we're used to seeing.
If it's one line scrimmages, go back.
So it brings up 2nd and 12 from the 39-yard line. Play action. It's Couch looking, and that one's incomplete, trying to find his receiver, looking for Byler, Maddox Byler. You get a good look at Maddox, a 5'9", 193-pound senior.
A lot of game to go, but they certainly have the Bulldogs on their heels a little bit.
Feels like Bloom-Carroll's got to have a score on this drive. 3rd and 12. Blitz coming. Couch throwing over the middle, incomplete. I think someone got a piece of it.
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Ari Travis puts him on the turf. Byler, the intended receiver, brings up 4th down. And the Bulldog coaching staff looking around, but I don't see them sending out the punting unit.
They did not the last time when they were in this opportunity here, right inside the 40.
A little tougher here, though, 4th and 12. 2 receivers to each side. Couch throwing to the sideline, incomplete, nearly picked off by Kaiser Cassidy. But it'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, it's better for the team that he didn't intercept it.
Yeah, gained about 10 yards.
I mean, that's hard to tell somebody in the middle of it at high speed, but bottom line is like you said, you gain 10 yards.
Absolutely. And so it will be 1st and 10 for Circleville with 4:59 to go and a 20-7 lead.
Now, if anything's critical, it's that Carroll this time defends.
Yeah.
They have got to get off the field and get the offense back on.
And they would like to do it in short order for sure.
But I'm not sure Circleville's going to cooperate.
No, they're going to try and run the ball, and it's going to be Phelan doing that. And he pushes ahead, picks up about 4, almost 5 yards. Hudson Phelan.
He's a tough cookie.
Came into this game one of the leading rushers on the team, and you can see why.
I think he was the leading rusher overall.
You know what? That is correct. Just edging out Azell by about 200 yards.
And you know the guy that's been good tonight also for them is Nungester.
Yeah.
He's been really good.
Pick up above 5. They'll give him that 5 yards. Phelan will work under center now. Circleville trying to slow the pace down a little bit here. And here's Nungester. And he's going to have a first down as he gets it right at the marker near the midfield stripe.
Yeah, their line had just had a really good push on that play.
David Mullen on the stop.
Yeah, that's just good football and good hard running.
And this is kind of the philosophy that Coach Sherritt had at Pickerington Central. They're going to kind of jump out on you, get that lead, and then kind of slowly grind you down in the second half.
Well, if they can continue, they've done a good job so far. But as I said, you got a whole other quarter and about a third of this quarter to go.
And here's Ray Azell on the sweep. Cuts it up, and he'll get a couple yards. As ball on the stop. Senior corner. Mullen also in there. Pickup of 3 yards on that last run.
Well, the Tigers have certainly dominated this quarter. I mean, you have almost a 6-minute drive to come out.
You see Coach McKinney trying to encourage his defense here on 2nd down. Hand off to Nungester, trying to get to the edge. Flag flies in, maybe a face mask. As Ash came in to make the tackle.
I got a hold on 44, Dan. What do you got?
Maybe a couple different
I got a hold on 44
markers
white.
Down there. Here we're maybe holding on Circleville. Let's see. Officials discussing
Player
here.
piece fell out. I got a hold. Okay. All set.
So we get James Wind in there, our referee.
Replay it down. My earplug fell out.
Having a little technical difficulty with his officiating equipment there, but I'm sure that happens quite a bit when you're running down the sideline. It pops out.
Personal foul, face mask here, holding here, offset, replayed it down.
All right, so we do a redo then.
A do-over.
Yes. Like it never even happened. 2nd and 7. Nungester, similar play and a similar result as he goes down. In fact, he will lose about a yard on that carry.
Really good job coming up from the corner and making that tackle.
Yeah, Ash came up and made the stop, did not allow Nungester to get to the edge. Big 3rd down here as we are inside of 3 and nearing 2.5 to play in the 3rd.
Yeah, this is a big momentum play at this point.
Third and 8. Phelan. Here hurdles a man, and he will have the first down inside the 40-yard line.
I'm telling you, Phelan is fearless. He is, Josh.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
It reminds me kind of, and watch him here. He followed his back, so it's kind of a fake and follow. But man, he's fearless. That's how you win games in high school, having players like that.
And that's what you want, your senior quarterback being that leader to put his team on his back. And some movement up front, and that's going to be another 5 yards against Bloom-Carroll.
Dead ball, offsides here.
How many does that make? Is that at least 3?
Yes, at least 3. I would agree. Along with some other penalties, it's just been too much.
Yeah. Circleville taking advantage of the mistakes by Bloom-Carroll. They'll bring up 2nd and 5. It's going to be Azell trying to work to the outside, spinning through, and he's going to pick up a first down. Ray Azell with the run. Azell, a 5'11", 180-pound junior.
Okay, it's impressive what they're doing to this Carroll defense because not most people don't just line up and run against them. They've done a great job.
Mixing in a little misdirection as
Yep.
well.
1st and 10 from the Bulldog 27-yard line.
So 1st and 10. Circleville slowing the pace down. Phelan's going to hand off. And straight ahead with the carry. Nungester again on the carry.
I mean, when you're getting 5 yards a shot, that will win you a lot of games right there.
And that Bulldog defense has been out in the field quite a bit here in the second half.
For this quarter, they've hardly been off the field.
Yeah. And we're down to 1:10 and counting, as you see right there on your screen. Phelan is going to keep it. And he will be wrapped up, but he still works his way for a couple of yards. The hard running by this Circleville team's been impressive. Rollins in on the tackle for Bloom-Carroll. Bring up 3rd down and 3.
Under center, power I formation.
Play clock down to 11. And it's going to be Nungester breaking through the line. He's going to have a first down inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah.
Cole Nungester has really been able to maneuver his body through that.
I was just going to say the same thing. He did a really good job of being patient and allowing the hold to develop and then get through.
Get a good look at the Circleville sideline. Coach Jay Sherritt in the traditional tie and vest. That kind of goes back, I think, to Jack Johnson, the former Pickerington High School
Yes.
coach who used to wear a shirt and tie to every game. And that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Circleville 20, Bloom-Carroll 7.
And Josh, tonight's second half scoreboard sponsor is Pizza Cottage. Now with 2 locations in Lancaster at West Fair Avenue and East Main Street. Pizza Cottage, always using the finest ingredients, treating their customers and employees like family, and always giving back to our community. And I'll give you a personal note, I'm a fan favorite.
Yes, I'm a fan of that as well. Hey, while we've got a moment, let's talk about the playoffs. Go ahead and cue the Jim Morris Sr. soundbite talking about playoffs. And we'll take a look at the computer points for both of these two schools as we are in week number 10. And every game tonight seemingly mattering one way or the other, because if it's not the 2 teams involved, there's other teams that are worried about that game. And here you go, Bloom-Carroll.
Yeah, that monster division, this Division 3. Look at the top teams up there. Traditional. You know, somebody was telling me earlier in the year, Steubenville's lost 2 games. I said, don't ever count them out. And there they are in the 4-hole again. But, yeah, I mean, Carroll's getting in, but where they're going to fall is going to be very interesting after this game if they do not come back.
Yeah, if they lose this game, they could be anywhere from a 3-11, and they could be a 2-7. Athens there at the bottom, 9-0 at the 13 seed, undefeated. Big game tonight against Nelsonville York, but they have not played a team with a winning record. And there you see Circleville. We will touch on that here in a second after this first down play. And it's Phelan going straight ahead, plowing inside the 10-yard line before he is thrown back. And then we'll take a look at the Circleville computer points as the Tigers found themselves in pretty good position coming into tonight.
Yeah, I think they're in really good shape. But again, like you said, it's all jockeying. Who's going to fall where, and the opponents you face, first round, second round. I mean, you just go out to win and play the best you can and your chest. But I'm telling you, Circleville's going to make a jump if they hold on and win this game. They're going to be up here and make it interesting. They're not going to be in the bye teams, but they're going to open some eyes to people when people see this score if it's a final.
Most likely they'd get a first-round home game, if nothing else.
Yes.
There is an outside chance they can end up with a bye, but not likely. But certainly they would be in position to host a first-round game. And had they lost tonight, they would be facing the possibility of falling all the way out of the playoff picture.
Yeah, slim chance when you look at that there. But people got to understand, as we said, first 4 are byes, 5 through 8 host a game. And then 9 through 12 are on the road playing the 5 through 8.
It's an opportunity.
It is. It is. You got an opportunity to go play well. So I find it intriguing tonight. I'll be up late looking at scores and looking things over because I find it very interesting how all this works. But I think we have one of the best playoff systems for qualifying in the country.
I think 12 was the right move.
Yes, and I don't know how everybody else does it per se. I think it's even better than the NCAA, in my opinion, because it's based on how you play. You got to win, but you got to beat people with quality points, and they got to have some success. So I think it all shakes out the right way. And I've heard very little comments about we didn't think it was right or fair. That does never come up. And I think the NCAA, last year I wanted to tell them, I can come up with a system and help you.
Yeah, we'll put you on the case then.
Yeah, right. Like they're going to listen to me. Yeah, sure.
But we'll start with the OHSA, see if they'll listen to you.
Probably not.
Zach Chambers leave with some medical attention. Here it's second down. Phelan missed the handoff, it looked like, or some sort of busted play, and he took a shot at the end of that play. Maybe got a yard. Not much room for Hudson Phelan there. As in to make the tackle for Bloom-Carroll was Jalen Klein.
Well, you absolutely cannot give up a score here. I mean,
No.
Circleville has dominated the time of possession this half.
Yeah.
By having effectiveness running the ball. Their line has just won at the point. I mean, no doubt about it. You can say a lot of things, but they have won at the point here.
Third down and 4. And it's going to be Nungester going straight ahead, spinning, and looked like he was going to have the first down, but that spin at the end maybe cost him a half yard, and I think he's going to be short.
Yep, they've got it marked as 4th and about a half a yard.
Circleville going to hurry up to the ball on 4th and short. And it's going to be Nungester going right side. He's going to have the first down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that's great. That comes from coaching and practicing. You get up, you get ready, let's go.
So it'll be first and goal for Circleville, and if nothing else, they are chewing up some valuable time on this drive. So it will be first and goal. Zell in the backfield. And it'll be Ray Azell straight ahead, and he got about a yard, maybe a little bit more, but actually they're going to stay at the 4. Aiden Schultz on the stop for Bloom-Carroll, senior in his final home regular season game.
Aiden Schultz has been great. I think he's played in 50-some varsity games. How about
I believe it. He seems like he's been around.
Yeah.
There's one of those guys, he's still there, but that's because he's played at a young age.
Well, he was going to apply for Social Security next month.
It's about that time. Second and goal. You get a good look from our Tom Russo there. And it's going to be play action. Phelan instead's going to go to the pylon. He races, and he's in. Touchdown, Circleville.
Yeah, once he had that much green, there's no denying him.
There was no doubt as soon as he turned the corner, as you said. Circleville fans are excited and probably a little bit in disbelief, leading this game 26-7. Is on to attempt the extra points, Caden Paxton, as we get another look at that last play.
Yeah, watch the fake, and then look at that. Great close by the Carroll defenders, but too late.
Paxton on to attempt the extra point. And it is up, and it is no good. So it remains 26-7, Circleville. Check some other out-of-town scores. We were talking earlier about Athens and Nelsonville. Athens trailing Nelsonville 27-6 in the fourth quarter. So going to be tough for the Bulldogs. If they don't win tonight, they were possibly going to get in the playoffs, but more than likely not with a 9-1 record.
No.
Another game of interest for you, Shu. Sheridan up 17-14 on New Lexington.
Wow.
That's in the fourth. Other local games, Miller on top of Millersport, 16-0 in the third. Newark leading Lancaster, 17-10 in the third. Grove City Christian up 28-12 on Fairfield Christian at halftime. Rosecrans and Byrne Union locked in a good one, still at 21. Now that is a first half score. Amanda Clear Creek leading Liberty Union 33-20 in the third. Dickerington Central 21, Reynoldsburg 7 at halftime. Canal Winchester's come back to tie it up with Groveport 21-all in the third. And then it's Pickerington North all over Gahanna 35-zip at the half.
Wow.
How about that? Fairfield Union 23, John Marshall from West Virginia 14. And Fisher Catholic an early 7-0 lead on Manchester as a first quarter score, the last one we have. Pop-up kickoff will be a fair catch. Ball loose. Bulldogs look like they fell on it. So we were talking about playoff picture for area teams. Lancaster came in tonight needing to beat Newark to have any shot of the playoffs. Right now they're down by a score, but still some time left in that one. Fairfield Union, we saw them last week. With a win tonight, if they hold on against John Marshall, they would be a 6-10 seed in Division 4.
I think they're in regardless, to be honest with you, but that win will.
You always want to make sure you
no
doubt.
No, you want to take care of business, believe me.
Amanda Clear Creek in Division 5 winning against Liberty Union. They win. They could make their chances a little bit greater. They could finish anywhere from an 8 seed all the way out of the playoffs. So they're hoping to improve their chances as Klein skips one across, incomplete, trying to find his intended receiver. That was Kelton Kirkpatrick, the intended receiver. Fisher Catholic, they're a lock to get at least a first-round home game, but if they can beat Manchester, they could end up with a bye, which would be huge for Fisher Catholic.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Especially at small schools, when you have injuries, having that bye could be huge in Division 7.
Yeah, getting that rest and getting healthy.
Matthew Klein throwing, batted down at the line of scrimmage. And I think that was Lamont Holloway, the junior linebacker, jumping up and getting in that passing lane. Also with a possibility of getting in was Fairfield Christian tonight. Needed a win against Grove City Christian, but the way that's going right now, not looking good for the Knights.
Now, GCC's got a pretty good team.
They are
we've
loaded.
seen them. Big roster, good players, well coached. I mean, that combination doesn't give you much of a chance.
No. Tough for everybody in the Mid-State League Cardinal against Grove City Christian. 3rd and 10. Matthew Klein under pressure, throwing, and incomplete, off target, trying to find Evan Cardenas. Would have been short of the first down marker regardless. And it brings up a 4th down. 9 minutes to go. Danger zone right now. Bulldogs trying to come up with a play to continue this drive. Pressure coming. Rolling out is Klein, throwing, and catch is made, and it's going to be a first down to Cardenas. Evan Cardenas moves the chains, and a big first down. Bulldogs are going to run a little tempo now.
You have no choice with 9 minutes to go.
Yeah, you have to.
1st and 10 on the 41-yard line.
And we've seen crazy things happen, so you never know. But got to give yourself a chance for sure.
Right. Well, you're in control. I mean, you get to decide how you want to finish this game.
Hutchinson in motion. Klein under pressure. Throws it deep down the sideline. Cardenas couldn't call it in at the 10-yard line. And most of the press box about fell over on that because, boy, he had a step there. Evan Cardenas, 6'2", 176-pound senior. That one just and that's just kind of been the night for Bloom-Carroll, just a hair off. Dodds in motion. Kyson Klein, the handoff. Shakes a tackle, still on his feet. He's going to have a first down inside the 30. Kyson Klein been a little bit quiet here in the second half because the Bulldogs just haven't had the football much.
No, and they felt like they've had to throw to make up ground. So, but don't forget about him. He's too good.
Yeah, you cannot forget about him, that's for sure. Moving down towards 8 minutes to play in the game. 26-7, Circleville. Klein throwing in traffic, and that ball was fit into Cardenas. Wow.
Wow, that's some pass. That's a small window.
Threading the needle. Look at a good look from the sideline, how tight of a window that was.
Wow.
Man. Good look on our our pink cricket replay. Klein in trouble, and he is swallowed up. Lamont Holloway comes in for the sack.
And he's got to go out for a play.
Yes, he does. He'll get a rest as he loses his lid.
He ran out of his helmet.
Yeah. He's pretty excited about the sack, though.
He should be.
Yes. He came in like a missile.
He did.
Big loss.
Second long from the 24.
All the way back to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, your opponent is not just the other team, but right now it's the clock, Josh.
Trips to the left. Klein throwing over the middle, off target, intended for Dodds.
Pass intended for number 24, incomplete.
That's been something that Coach McKinney talked with you about, getting this passing game on target.
Yeah.
They just have had trouble tonight and really a good portion of the season.
Yeah, you want to be balanced as much as you can. I mean, but you're also, you're looking at last year when they had Ethan Denvong. I mean, there aren't very many better than him as a high school quarterback that I've seen.
And they've been spoiled as a program for about the last 8 or 9 years. They've had good quarterback play. And that one is picked off at the goal line. Coming in to picking it up was number 5. That is Klein on the interception. Jack Klein, a senior, making a huge play as he comes up with the turnover.
Yeah, throw it into coverage. It's going to be a tough play right there. Good defense play. What, the 1 yard line?
Yep, intended for Hutchinson. First turnover of the night, first turnover of the game. Counts with 7:02 to go in this one, and the Tigers are in control of it. There you see at the 1 yard line where that was picked off. Probably see a steady diet of the running game here.
Well, they've got to run to get out of there.
Nearly got a free 5 with some movement up front. They're going to keep it with Phelan, and he's going to get some breathing room as he takes it all the way out to the 10-yard line, just shy of the first down.
He does a good job. Josh, he's getting off center. When he runs the ball, he's not just straight shooting. He's getting on a nice angle and making those gains. And he's a tough runner.
Yeah, absolutely. And give credit to the Circleville offensive line we've talked about tonight. They have really owned, especially here in the second half, they have owned the line of scrimmage.
They came out with an intent to run the football and be physical, and they've done that.
2nd and 2. Handoff. And that's a Zell shimmy shake, and he's going to have a first down as he takes it out to the 25-yard line. Ray Azell, who's been impressive tonight. Haven't talked much about him, but he's been a nice change of pace between Phelan and Nungester.
Yeah, he's that smaller, quick back. And, he's only a junior, and he's had actually an excellent year. And I mean, really, as you said, Coach Sherritt uses a lot of personnel. And, got a timeout here.
There you see a lot of the coaching staff from Circleville. Several are former players of Coach Sherritt from Pickerington Central, and really they understand what it takes to win, and bringing in assistants that understand what he's looking to do.
That's critical.
Yeah.
You can't do it alone, and you do need good quality help, that people how to teach the things you want. Hey, and as a reminder, you can find live and past games on our YouTube channel. Just search for CLN, your hometown connection, on YouTube to find games and other local programming while you're there. Make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any action. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook too. Just search for Interface Video Productions.
Mason Stortz, the injured Bulldog. 5'10", 190-pound junior, as he's now up to a seated position, getting some medical assistance. See Coach McKinney out there as well, Jeremy McKinney. He's not putting a lot of weight.
No, that's not a good look.
Yeah. The weight of this game has been tough.
Hey, when you have, here's the thing, it's hard to be good, but when you're good, it's hard to get beat.
Yep.
And when you do, and it happens, it's tough. But the reason it hurts so much is because you've made it matter so much to be good. And honestly, that's why we play these games and kids play these games. Sometimes there's going to be disappointment.
And this is a program that's not used to these type of games. And we talked about in the last decade, they have had 10 winning seasons, 9 playoff appearances. They have won 78% of their games in that last 10-year span.
No, they've had a great season. I mean, they've run how many games off in a row here? 7?
6, yeah.
6 games?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great little run.
Absolutely.
But it matters to the kids when they're like that. You can tell that they've put some effort and work in, and you got to shake hands and give credit to where it's due and move on to the next week.
1st and 10. It's going to be Phelan on the keeper, and he's plowing ahead again, and he'll take it out near the 30, across the 30-yard line, and pick up a good chunk there. Got a score update from our friend Jim Spires, who's watching the Lancaster-Newark game tonight, watching a niece in the band for senior night. The Gales have scored, but they missed the extra point, so they trail 17-16 with 4 minutes to go.
That game is always like that, though.
Yes,
at
it
the end of the year, you were a part of that a little bit. I've been around long enough to know those games, you never know how they're going to go.
And sometimes the final play of the game decides it, a la Bobby Ward in 1999 for Lancaster. 2nd and 4 from the 31. Phelan hands it off. Nungesser's going to have a first down.
I tell you, he makes.
Beg your pardon, that's Azell.
Yeah, Azell's got that quickness, like I said. He makes some subtle little cuts that get him in the opening a little bit. Good vision, shoulder squared.
That'll be a first down. After this play, we will point out, acknowledge, and thank our IVP Sports crew. Speaking of Jim Spires, not here tonight, but we will see him coming up in our playoffs, and some for basketball as well. 1st and 10 from the 36 as the Tigers trying to salt this one away. Here's a handoff to Nungesser. He'll get a yard there. Tonight in the truck, we've got our director-producer, Bob Campetti, and we've got Shane Messina on graphics and replay. Also, Donnie Ziegfeld is on our scoreboard. And there's our cameraman, Tom Russo, on the sidelines. And there's Dylan Panchow on our mid camera, and up on top of the press box tonight, Jason Roush. So thanks to our fine IVP Sports crew doing a great job. There's Jason, probably a little chilly tonight. He had to get the gloves out.
I'm just glad there's no wind for his sake.
Yes. Need some foot warmers, some hand warmers up there. I think he had some electronic hand warmers last week. He said just in case he needed them, he was going to break them out. It's that time of year. And it's Phelan on the keeper. And he's going to take it around near first down as he pushes it out past the 45, and it will be enough for a first down.
Brought down by number 62, Zach Chambers.
Zach Chambers on the stop. Good to see him back in the game as he was out for a brief bit with an injury. As we start to tick down near 3 to go, we'll have to start thinking about our players of the game for tonight. In fact, after this play, we'll talk about our Circleville player of the game. So 1st and 10 from the 46. Phelan going to hand off to Nungesser. Nungesser down the sideline, breaks it, one man to beat, and he will get taken down inside the 15-yard line. Cole Nungesser. And that might be the exclamation point on this one. And with that, we'll take another look at it.
Again, just great initial blocking, Josh, and just a will to do well, to win, will to run hard.
Robert Williams, the last Bulldog there to slow him down before help arrived by Jalen Klein. There's Coach McKinney. That look says it all tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the Tigers really have just, this second half have just totally given it to them.
Phelan running right, and he will slide down. So our Circleville player of the game is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks to Larry Tipton and the crew for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town. It's all at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
Josh, they've had a lot of guys do a good job tonight for them, and especially the conglomerate of the line. But I tell you what, Hudson Phelan is their heartbeat on offense. He makes them go. You can see how competitive he is. He's got the football knowledge. He gets the whole thing, and he's had a tremendous game tonight.
Yeah, the senior quarterback, number 7, a leader on this Circleville team. And congrats to Hudson Phelan as he'll hand off to Nungesser, who will go down. And there you get a good look at Phelan with a flag thrown in. And while they sort that out, we'll talk about the Bloom-Carroll player of the game, brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 11. 11, personal foul.
All right, penalty against Mullen on Bloom-Carroll. So our defensive player brought to you by Carriage Company, located at 1021 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. Stop in and see Brian Kilbarger for a sweet deal, or learn more at carriagecompany.com.
You know, Josh, when you've kind of been dominated here in the second half, really it's hard to identify. I mean, they have a lot of kids. Carroll does, giving great effort also. But, I think, you know what, the guy that kind of stood out for us tonight with his effort, we've talked about him, is Zach Chambers, number 62. You know, he had come off the field earlier, a little injury there of some kind. Hopefully it's not too bad, but he had a heck of a game. He's back in there now, middle guard, but he's had a tremendous game for the Carroll defense tonight.
Yeah, and thankless job there in the middle there on defense. Zach Chambers, our player of the game for Bloom-Carroll.
Well, and the guy across from you, there are at least 2 of them on each side are 100 pounds heavier. Yeah. That says a lot.
Absolutely. Clock ticking down. They're going to take a knee, and they may have to run one more play. Clock just a couple seconds ahead as folks start to file their way out of here of Carl Fell Stadium. Couple updates for you. Amanda Clear Creek 40-26 over Liberty Union, so the Aces trying to punch their ticket in. Now Winchester back in front of Groveport 28-21. That's been a back and forth affair. Still 17-16 Newark leading Lancaster. That game has to be nearing completion. And And down to 14 seconds. One more knee. It says third down, but I think it's fourth down on the down box. They may run this down and take the delay of game or a timeout. Delay a game against Circleville. But you got to think about this for Circleville, a program that has struggled, as we had touched on earlier. This has got to be a huge program win for them.
Monstrous. I mean, you got 7 wins, and you beat the team that is a co-league champion, and as you said, for the last 8 years has been either the champ on the road, outplayed them in the second half totally. So, I mean, that's just a big feather in your cap.
Clock is at 0. It's already run out, but they, I think, need to add some time there. It's fourth down. They'll probably just run around.
No, nobody's going to argue.
Take a knee, and it's over. And for the first time since 2013, Circleville has won here at Carlfell Stadium, and they snap a 10-game losing streak going back to 2014 when they won at home over Bloom-Carroll. Long time coming for the Tigers, and they get a massive win tonight over Bloom-Carroll, 26-7, your final score.
Not much to say, really, Josh. The pictures told it all. I mean, this second half especially, the Tigers came out, showed their toughness and ability to run the football against a very, very good and outstanding defense. So, if you're Bloom, hey, you go back, catch your breath, you go play next week and see where you play, whether it's here or on the road. And you got to move on. What do they say? You got to have the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah.
So you move on. You got outplayed, but you can't change this tonight, but you can change what happens next week.
And that's going to be the thing for Bloom-Carroll is figuring out how to regroup after this one, because it's certainly a devastating loss. Did not check on the Hamilton Township score, but I assume that they were leading their game tonight. But depending on the outcome of that, you have an opportunity or chance to share, and actually 31-7 Hamilton all over Logan Elm in the third quarter, so that likely will not change. So looks like the Bloom-Carroll will be sharing a mid-state league title, but hats off to Circleville tonight. A huge win, and certainly carries them into the playoffs with some great momentum.
Oh, absolutely. This is a big, like you said, a big boost for not just everybody there in the football program, but the whole community and everything. All of a sudden, confidence is growing because they looked very confident tonight to me.
Absolutely.
I mean, they did things for sure. They knew what the game plan was, and they were able to actually fulfill it and do those things. They got out early. They ran the football. They used a lot of players doing it, and they looked really sharp tonight.
They'll be a tough out in the playoffs, and I would pity the team that goes up against Bloom-Carroll in the first playoff game, because they're going to be an angry bunch of Bulldogs going in that first playoff game.
Yeah. They it's fun. We're to the playoffs for us. It's more fun than stress it's more stress for the coaches, but it's more fun for us. So, we like all these people, and I got to give a big shout out to both coaches, Josh. They took time this week, talk to me, and spend and share. Our coaches all year have done that we have the opportunity to see their games and work with. And Coach Sherritt and Coach McKinney were outstanding this week. I mean, I got off the phone a couple of times and felt like, gosh, I want to suit up. No, they're that positive and they're that sure. They get you excited.
Absolutely. So, as we mentioned, playoffs around the corner. We're not exactly sure where we're going to be, but we will post that on our IVP Interphase Video Productions Facebook page. So just check that, and we'll let you know when we figure out what we're going to do. But that'll wrap things up here from Carlfell Stadium. Once again, the final score, Circleville 26, Bloom-Carroll 7. For Tim Shoemaker and our entire IVP Sports crew, I'm Josh Messerly. Thanks for watching the IVP Sports Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week, and good night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Also brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, North Body Shop, Fairfield Federal, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Pizza Cottage, The Carriage Company, Fairfield County Adam H., The Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, Buckeye Lake Marina, The Pink Cricket, Clear Sky Rehabilitation Hospital, Fairfield TD, and Buckeye Toyota.